Hello, I'm BJ from Hearns Hobbies. Today I'm going to be looking at this interesting kit. This is one of Copper State Model's newest 35th scale World War I era releases. This is the Garford-Putilov armoured car. Now, what is a Garford-Putilov armoured car? Well, it's a really chunky armoured car with a 76mm cannon sitting on the back. It's pretty formidable during its time. Now, there's actually 3 versions of this kit available. Now, this particular one, look from the top. This particular one is the Freecor version. So this was post-World War I. This would have been roaming around the streets of Germany. And the other versions, there's one which is World War I Russian service, and then another one which is mixed after war service, which apart from this one is there's Latvian, Ukrainian, Russian, even markings up to World War II. And also, is there any more German? Not too sure, but there are other markings. So 3 different versions depending on what you're after. Now the kits are very, very similar, except the Freecor version does have different machine guns. It's got MG08s on it. So this will include those, as well as the other standard kit. So I'll open this up and you'll see what the standard kit's like, and then also the extra sprue for the MG08s. Alright, let's have a look inside. Well, there's a profile view of what the Garford looks like. So Garford was a chassis manufacturer from the States. Now apparently during the time, all of the manufacturing for building cars and chassis and trucks was taken up by other projects. So chassis were imported from America into Russia, and then all the superstructure was built by Putilov. Alright, so the boxes are really strong and tough. And look at that, we've got a box full of goodies. Now immediately we've got, this is the extra sprue bits. These are the MG08s. But we'll put that aside. And actually, looking at how dark this plastic is, I don't think this blue is going to work so well. So let's remove my blue mat, which I would normally use for kits. And we go for the straight white. Alright, what do we got here? We've got 2 sprue of MG08s. Let's get that a bit crisper, eh? There we go. Now you got sprues which are identical there. There's subtle differences. The main difference is the flash suppressor. It's that conical shape, and it does have a larger jacket on these. If I can find the one that's here, that's on this sprue. Let's pop that down. We'll have a quick comparison. There is the one which is on all the others that was originally from the factory, and there's the MG08. So you can see the subtle differences there. The mount's the same, of course, but you see the size of the jacket and then also the muzzle. And then there's a few little details on the top there as well. Okay, so there's your machine guns. You get 6 of those. I don't think you actually need 6, so you might get some spares. But since we have this out, we've got this sprue here, which is D sprues. And this is some common components. You got wheels, and you've got the drive, sprockets, transmission, and little fine bits and pieces. You've got the sponsons here, which is the armoured sections for the machine guns. They're around the sides. You've got the machine guns there and there, but you won't be using them in this particular kit. Got some really nice cushion detail. And you've got some 76mm ammo there. Let's put this one aside and we'll get a close look on this one. And I'll show you how crisp it is. You can always see there's no flash at all. So we start over here. You see the little rivets across the top there? Really nice and fine. That's probably part of the search lamp. And it would be. You see it's a reflector, a big light in the middle, and you've got the clear section. I'll go over that. Nice chunky wheels, and that, look at that droop on the chain, that's really nicely done. Big massive sprocket, so there's a huge armoured car. And where have we gone? Alright, there's a machine gun again. There's a, look at that, the quilted seat. Bit more armour there. And some really tiny little bits and pieces. Alright, so we go away from that one. Oops, just dropped a little bit of, that's just a injector point, so it doesn't matter, it's not a part. Alright, so we've got this bit here. Oh, what's happening here? I haven't cut this one. Probably help you if I cut this one open. Now this looks like it's got some sort of parts of the cockpit. We've got the steering wheel. Oh, I have cut this. Oh, silly me. Now it's cut on both ends. Alright, so that looks like some seating compartment there for the driver's compartment. You got your steering wheel. Some of these parts look like suspension parts. And another machine gun. So here we go. There's a big block section. Another machine gun. Leaf spring. This will be the exhaust. You can see the steering wheel there. These look like uprights. Some control rod. Some bulkheads. There's your gear and brake levers. Little small handle there for a door. And this appears to be part of the transmission and front suspension strut, I say. Okay. Now what have we got? We've got some bigger pieces. Chunky. So we have, this will be, it's got really nice surface detail. I'm trying to work out what's the top and what's the bottom. I would suggest this is probably the bottom, because it'll probably have the base of the engine poking out of there. Suspension will be sitting on this, and that should be the pivoting point for the rear turret. Got the sides of the chassis here with the leaf springs already molded in. There's the base of the rail chassis, so I reckon this part attaches to here, which makes sense with these locating points. And then front grille and some armoured components. Just look at this, I'm quite intrigued by the detail they've got in here. Look at that. You've got there all these armoured doors. Must be escape hatches. There's your leaf springs. And then on the other side you can see that'll be the base of the chassis of the superstructure. Very nice. Then we have this other chunky bit. And we've got the sides. So that's the front end. Rear end, you have the turret here. There's a breech of the 76mm gun. There's a bulkhead. Look at the other side here. So I imagine there'll be this really fine rivet detail. There'll be a roof section. A lot of armour paneling. And there is some really nice detail on the inside. Lots and lots of rivets. Okay, so if you look from this side, this is where the gun is going to be, the 76mm gun. And there's your open door to get into the driver's compartment. The engine would be around here. Big pieces of armour plating. There's a roof section. You can see how the injector pins have been set on the bottom, least noticeable parts, so you probably won't even have to do any work on that. You won't see any of that. There is some ejector pins at these points here, so if you're really picky you could fill those in, but at least they're not on the outside. The outside would be a real pain. And there's the breech of the gun. and nice detail on that bulkhead. Okay, now what I've got, this is the last set of sprues, still a big one. And what do we have here? The rest of the armoured bits. So again, this will be part of the turret. There was a curved section on the previous sprue as well. A lot of armour plating on this one. These are all the smaller parts for the armour plating. But you can see the detail on both sides. Very clean. Nicely done. You can see some of the hinges here, they're nice. Some little bits coming here like control rods. I'm not really familiar with these sort of vehicles, so we'll look in the manual and we'll see what more detail we can get out of this. Okay, so that's all the sprue. Now what do we have next? We've got the decals. Now these decals, it's not going to be washed out, isn't it? Or was that just me? Hopefully it's not washed out. You can barely see it. Maybe it'll come up on recording better. You can see the skull and crossbones. These are all printed by Cartograph, as you can see right there in Italy. They make the best decals, nice and thin. Got the various registration markings, but there are quite a number of skull and crossbones here in white. Okay, pop that aside, and we get into the manual. Beautifully thick manual. And we've got some history. Some good reference photos. And then we get into, this is the legend of all the parts. So this is a common instruction manual. So that shows that this is the extra bits for the Freecor version. Okay, let's see if we've got this focused properly. It's probably better there. Alright, so we start building the chassis. So this is the rail chassis underneath. Building up the sides. Some of the bulkheads going in. Got the drive system with a really nice chain drive. Suspension, front strut, and then all the reinforcing members for taking the superstructure. Then we start building the driver's compartment. Got all the armour going on here onto that really nice floor of the superstructure. Then you've got the driver's compartment going in. You've got your steering wheel and column. Sides of the armour plating going on, and the curve parts on this side. Got the bonnet, what do you call that? I guess it would be a windscreen frame if there was a windscreen, but that's for the shutters here, the armoured shutters. Got the searchlight. Here's your machine guns. There's a standard machine gun for the other versions, and there's the MG08 for this particular Freecor version. Got the guns going into place there. Armoured plate around the driver's compartment. Got a roof. Here's a box for the mirrored reflector system, but that's left off if it's for the Freecor version. It's got a blank there. And then we start building the rear end, which is that rear turret. You got the shells going in, another a coax machine gun, so that'll be another MG08. 76mm gun. A really short barrel, and we've got the armoured cowl for the gun, and that just gets placed in the chassis there. Big massive turret. Then we start doing the wheels, and then a bit of a tension on the front end. You got the shutters for the grille. You're going to have open or closed, and then you've got the doors which go on, and again you can do those open or closed. And that's the manual. And then for each version there is a marking manual, okay, so describing how the decals are used. Okay, so the painting guide there. They don't actually use any manufacturer's numbers, I don't think, but they do use just a description. You'll be able to work that out quite easily. And here you go. So basically a black, I think. What's number 12? 12 is a German field grey. Okay, so a single colour, whereas some of the other versions do have camouflage alternatives, and then you have the skull and crossbones. Registration markings. Another version right there. Well, that's an interesting one. So there we go. That's my open box review of the new 35th scale Copper State Models Garford-Putilov armoured car. 3 different versions, but the version I'm looking at is the Freecor version. So hope you enjoyed that open boxing, and if you liked what you saw, please give me a like, and if you want to see more like this, please let me know what you'd like to see in the comments. We've got other things to see, so please consider subscribing as well. So thank you for watching.